Good morning. Very pleased to welcome Mr. Lee Irons, CEO of Kuehne Nagel Logistics for the Middle East and Africa. Thank you very much and congratulations for the big contract of COP28. Basically, you are at the forefront of sustainability ahead just very few days away of COP28. What is your strategy in terms of sustainability and ESG in the Middle East?
So I think our regional strategy is driven very much by our global strategy. Our roadmap to 2026 and our vision for our company in total includes a sustainability component. So our global CEO, he drives very much the sustainability initiatives, and we have 4 cornerstones to our strategy, and one of those cornerstones has a component of sustainability. Sustainability obviously has to have an economic component, so it has to make economic sense for our customers and for us as well. But there's an advantage to doing a sustainability business. COP28 fits very much into that strategy. I mean, we are very proud to be part of COP28. We think the effort that the UAE has also put in place to make this a success in the region means to be part of it also brings the right message for Kuehne Nagel. So our strategy really here is to leverage COP28 as well, and to then also leverage what we do on a global basis to bring that to our customers.
Yeah. We noticed that in the Middle East, governments are at the forefront in terms of sustainability and ESG. They are driving the whole sector. However, less so from the private sector. How can we entice the private sector and basically to get them more involved and embrace in full sustainability practices?
Absolutely. I think once again, it's amazing in the Middle East how fast this has gone. It's only been a really year, like you said, the governments have embraced it. They've really pushed it forward, and they've pushed it for the right initiatives. We have to show the private individuals and the companies that it is economically viable and it makes sense for them personally, for the business, and for the environment. Yeah. That it's not a negative, it's not something that's a strain on what you have to do. So we have to bring the right messaging forward. Kuehne Nagel is already involved in a lot of major projects throughout the region. In Saudi Arabia, we have the world's biggest wind farm. We've done wind farms already in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi. In South Africa, for example, we do multiple wind farms. As a South African, it's super important to me because that has a great economic positive impact. So it's really about messaging. Yeah, that sustainability brings environmental and economic and social benefits.
Yeah, mobility plays a major role, especially for a logistics company. We have vehicles, electric trucks. We're seeing electric light commercial vehicles, and also we're seeing electric planes with the rail as well. What is your strategy in this regard?
So first of all,
within the region and interconnecting with the world.
The way we look at it, first of all, is number one, not perfect for our business, but if you reduce transportation, zero emissions. Yeah. So very focused about how you control your inventories, where you place those inventories, when you move the cargo. Then the second part is how you move the cargo. Yeah. So we work very much with our customers to look at the most sustainable solutions. Obviously, when you need to move something last minute by air freight, that's not the most sustainable way to do it. You have to do it. That's an important part of the business, and we realize that. So let's look at, first of all, how we route the cargo, and then we look into the solution. So you have, let's say we look at it 3 components. You have sustainable aviation fuel, first of all, for the air cargo, and we have multiple solutions you can use for that. We have solutions for clean fuels for our ships and the sea freight. And very much now on the road side, we look not only at electric trucks, so we will have electric trucks for COP, for example, but we also look for sustainable fuels when it comes to doing trucking.
Yeah. In terms of supplying those materials that make things more sustainable, how is the supply chain for you? Being in terms of supplying trucks, supplying electric vehicles, also fuel as well?
So that's a fantastic question, because that's the number one limiting factor. There is a very limited available of these fuels in the world. They're not, everybody wants
It's evolving?
It's evolving. There's capacity is stepping up, but it takes time. You need to put manufacturing in place, production in place.
What are you doing from your side for the Middle East?
We are very much working, once again, it's globally supported, but we are working. So, for example, in the Middle East, we have a partnership here with a company called Verizon. It's a Chinese company. They provide electric trucks. We took a delivery of our first electric truck last week, and we will have several more which will come to support us in COP. So it's very much about us approaching the manufacturers, not only Verizon, but Verizon's been a great supporter for us. It's what falls under the Geely umbrella. So we go to those people, we show them the need, the requirement, and if we can show them the need and show them the demand, then we hope they will put the resources in place to support the industry.
Yeah, digital transformation, as you know, the UAE is at the forefront of AI with the State Minister of AI. Also, we're hearing about a new technology every now and then. What are you doing in terms of implementation globally and in the Middle East?
So once again, I mean, the UAE particularly is a global leader when it comes to embracing digitalization. So we once again our roadmap, our strategy for 2026 has 4 components. One of those components is digital transformation. This digital transformation has an internal and an external component. Internally about our employees, really to try to make it easier for our employees to work. Second component is our customers, to really make it easier for our customers to engage with us. So we move our company completely into the cloud. Historically, we've been very much on on-premises. We move everything to cloud. And then we structure the way we work with our customers so that they are able to easier interface with that they can get data, because today it's all about the access to ease of your data and our data.
UAE basically is progressing fast in terms of sustainability and ESG, but so is Saudi Arabia, so is Egypt. So what are your plans in other markets within the region?
I mean, UAE, like you said, UAE is fast, Saudi is fast, but also Africa is doing great. Kenya is amazing, Nigeria is amazing, South Africa is there's many African countries that have gone from almost very low levels of embracement of digital technology to very advanced, very fast. Because the people are young, they're open to this.
Because policies are loose there,
exactly,
perhaps?
and they realize that to grow their economies, they have to embrace these technologies. So we are very much, I mean, Saudi, obviously, like you said, massive opportunity for the future. A very open economy, I think, very much following in the model of the UAE. And they are setting the standard across the region. And also, the Middle East, I think, is always very supportive for Africa. So the Middle East is also driving a lot of development.
That's why we are seeing lots of investments from here
into Africa, exactly.
In terms of policies, basically, as you know, your company is within Europe. Are you helping in bridging or introducing related sustainability policies for your sector in the region?
Right now, what we're doing is just trying to connect with the different countries and with their groups to see, okay, what do they have in place and what do they understand as sustainability and where are the blockers in sustainability, and then try to connect them with our people on a global level, the experts, like we spoke about a little bit earlier. It's an evolving state. There are no experts. I cannot say we are the perfect experts and I can tell you everything about sustainability. But we really just drive that tomorrow.
But you have the will, you have the strategy, you have the mindset to progress.
And we have the global support. We have the willingness of our board of directors to drive the sustainability initiative, and they know we just have to be better tomorrow than we are today.
Many people talk about, when it comes to sustainability, they link it to environment, but it's also ESG. This S of ESG is the social aspect. What are you doing in this regard, internally and externally?
So we consider it in this pillar of our strategy that we have what we call environmental, social, and governance. So the environmental, obviously you talk about carbon footprint, the things, but there's also things we do, for example, like reducing plastics. So we have, and paper. So we have initiatives, for example, we have a warehouse that aims to be plastic and paper free completely. Because Kuehne Nagel globally has millions of square meters of warehousing. So these are also options where we can go. When we talk about diversity, we also talk about how we include different cultures, bringing more females into our work group, because obviously this increases our employment pool. So we have a lot of initiatives.
What about nationals, for example? You know, in Saudi, there's a Saudization program. Every country likes to employ its own people. So what are you doing in terms of knowledge sharing, in terms of development and all that?
So the number one success we've had when it comes to bringing locals into is to really integrate with the universities. Because if you can get those grassroots people out of university, bring them on board, put them through traineeships, apprenticeships, identify those people, connect them, give them the culture of the company. You can keep them in the company and grow them in the company. And there are lots of good logistics courses and universities within the Middle East. We are connecting with those on a very active basis. This is one of our key.
Can you give me any example, for example?
I couldn't give you specifically the name inside of the university. I could get that for you and share with you later. But obviously, this is a big part now. So in the next few months, we will bring on, for example, our first round, it's our second round actually, of 16 individuals that will come straight out of university. We'll put them through a Kuehne Nagel development program. And this is something that came out of Europe for many, many years. We will follow those models and really make them Kuehne Nagel people.
Mr. Irons, thank you very much for having us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.